We're going to get straight to it. I ain't going to play no games because we're going to be partying for the rest of the night. I'm going to let him introduce himself to you guys. Talk to the people.
Hey. What's going on? I'm a little under the weather right now, y'all. It's all good, though. Yeah, they call me the pen, man. You're writer, you're author, you're motivational speaker. Your publisher, your talent acquisition, the voice of the people. Come on now. You got a story? I got you. I'll let you for it.
Well, welcome to Highly Unique Radio. You said your name is The Pen, correct? Motivational speaker. Let's get straight to it. Where are you from?
Jersey, New Brunswick, New Jersey.
New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. New Brunswick, New Jersey. And you are an author. You got a couple books out right now. Let's talk about it.
I got a bunch of books, man.
So let's talk about it.
I got 35 books written.
Okay.
About 15 published.
Nice.
I tell you, when I meet them, right, I let them know from the door, man, I'll take you to prison. I'll take you to church. I'll take you to the crack house. I'm going to take you there.
Mm. So these books, these are fiction books, non-fiction books?
Non-fiction.
Non-fiction?
Yeah.
You speak about your life experience in all 13 of these books, correct?
Yeah. I mean, like, I meet you. Mm-hmm. I steal your character. I steal your personality. I do what I want to do with it. You feel me? Facts.
Based off the books?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. So what's the name of the first book that you made, that you came up with? And
oh, man.
What gave you the thought process of even saying, you know what, I'm going to write a book?
I was doing a little time in prison. I'm new to this radio station right here. Shout out to Highly Unique Radio. I appreciate you for having me, first and foremost. Once again, I'm a little under the weather. I was doing a lot of time. I was doing some time in prison. Actually, I did a lot of time, right? Half my life in the streets, the other half in prison. This last bid, right, I was facing a bunch of time. Something like 85 years.
Wow.
Facts, right? 20 with a 10, 20 with a 10, 20 with a 10, 10 with a 5, 10 flat. Where do we begin? Mm. I cheated on my wife, right? Had a baby on her. Then I blamed her for leaving me. How do you deal? Right? Mm-hmm. Like, where we go from here? I got stuck in a gang unit. 6 years of my life. My mistake. I wasn't gangbanging. Right?
Right.
I thought it was by mistake. When I got back there, I met brothers that looked like us. They couldn't read and write. Right? So God sent me there to them. So I could walk them through that thing. They couldn't cope. They didn't know what to do. We was both stuck, right? But I was one that had a vision, right? I knew I wasn't going to be there forever. Although I felt like I was never going to leave. Mm. You know, like you get stuck in a gang unit. I don't know if y'all have been to prison, right? But we talking about a prison inside of a prison. Inside of a prison. Like you stuck 24/7. You come out, we ain't talking about 23 and 1. Benny Siegel? Nah, not 23 and 1. 24/7, right? You come out to use the shower. You come out to make a phone call, right? You come out to go to the yard. Like you stuck. Now I was dealing with this, right? On top of my wife, the mother of my 4 children, right? 4 of my children leaving me. Like, how did you deal? You feel me? This is where it took off at. I didn't know how to deal, so the way that I dealt with it, I would write about my feelings. I would write about my ideals. Like, how do you fix the feelings? Like, what's the next step? I start putting it on paper. I wrote so much, right? I start writing on back of the pads. When the pads ran out, I was writing on back of the manila envelopes. When there was no more manila envelopes, I wrote on my skin. You feel me? I left prison with 22 books of the things I've been through. You feel me? This is where it took off at. They used to come to me. Like Zach, well, he used to call me Hog in prison. Boss Hog, right? Yo, Hog, man, what you doing in the room? What else did it do, man? I'm writing. Well, what's up? He's like, what you writing about? I'm going through something with my ex-wife. Wow, man, I'm going through something as well, man. Well, he didn't say what as well. He's like, I'm going through some shit too. I'm like, yeah, man, my BM talking about leaving me. She talking about all I want is prison. I'm looking at him, right? He's all, I'm gonna give you the letter. He went to his room, right? He came back with a piece of paper. On the paper, It was like, Tommy, let's just call him Tommy. Tommy, we love you. We just want you to come home, man. Your family needs you. I'm like, dang, he said she was talking about leaving him, right? All right, here, send that to her, Tommy. Oh, I started out doing poetry, right? That's how I started. I gave him some poetry, right? He sent that poetry to her. He came back in like 2 weeks. He came back in 2 weeks. He's like, yo, man, what's up? I'm like, what's going on, T? Tommy? He's like, man, now she's talking about I should kill myself, man. I'm never going to amount to anything. I ain't never coming home. I read the letter. The parole officer just came, you know, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Everything's good, you know, we just waiting for you to come home. Gonna find out he couldn't read and write. So he leaned to what? His own understanding. You feel me? It was crazy, man, but it was real. You feel me? I was back there for a reason. That's what I'm getting at. I thought I was in the gang unit by mistake. You feel me? Because I wasn't gangbanging. What am I doing in the gang? I'm around all these gangsters, killers. Niggas never going home. 75 years, 85 years, 100 years. They not going nowhere. Right? What do they care about you or me? You feel me? This thing is real, man. But I write about the things I've been through. I write about real things. You talking about being the kingpin at what, 15, 16? You talking about facing 85? You talking about being stuck in that? And you talking about streets, prison. That's my life. And it's been my life for about 40 years. Facts.
Facts. We're going to get back with him real here on Highly Unique Radio on Sucker Free Set. It's something different. Poetry and artists, man. Let's get straight to it. Let's go.
It ain't safe. All these diamonds in the face. Go round and turn up the Stevie Wonder.
Fuck him, then I get some money. Yeah. Fuck him, then I get some money. Fuck him, then I get some money. Fuck him, then I get some money. I need face, I need brain, concentrate. Boom, product taste, killer weed, rock a lace. Fuck the move, buy the ace, fuck the goals, drive a rave, get some money, fuck the rollie, patty face. My career taking off, these hoes jogging in pace. Wear these hoes on their mouth, I these hoes out of shape. Can you stop with all the subs? Bitch, I ain't share it. If you really want some smoke, you can pull up, you can get it. Grab a hand full of braids, make your nigga eat me out. Put a wiper on the song, I'm at the GC out. Keep it G from the go to the end, from the start. You know me, Cardi B, pussy popping on the charts.
If I hit it one time, I'm a piper. If I hit it 2 times, then I like her. If I fuck 3 times, I'm a wiper. It ain't safe for the black or the white girl. It ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe. Tell your man, pipe up, pipe up. And that dance, it ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe, man. Dance, it ain't safe.
Crazy things I try to back
You know what that means? She got her own house, she got her own car. 2 jobs, work hard, you a bad broad. If you ain't on set, if you ain't on set, if you ain't on set, if you ain't on set. I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T. Do you know what that means? Baby fat, just relax, front your own flat screen. Bang, cook clean and don't make a scene. When you call on the cellular, she tell you she don't need not a goddamn thing. You a goddamn thing. You think you finna get her with a goddamn thing. You insane, boy, you better get some goddamn thing. Even walk across the stage, if you say I love, baby, from his looks to his ways. Up to that old, the days, depend on how the weather looks. Flip-flop slippers just to show off the pedicure. Flip-flop niggas depend on how the cheddar look. She'll buy her own, I don't think she'll never look. The man ain't stand and wait for him to take care of her. She'd rather go to work and pay the bills on schedule. I still love them like I used to. I need to put it up on YouTube. 'Cause you know we got that dance so crazy. Single ladies coming in.
Right now you checking out
I need to put it up on YouTube.
Pwinz.
'Cause you know we got that dance so crazy. Yeah, I'm the ice on. She said, you got to put it ice on. I'm big dog, got pissed off. A lot of rappers out, but ain't none near raw. They like, hey, look at T.I. Ball it in the T.I. Bunch of bad motherfuckers like a Leo. We just pull up, hop out, go in, show out. Start a whole party, pop out, go hard, hit club so packed. These girls so drunk, this club so packed. These girls so drunk, this club so packed. These girls so drunk. I got my money, man, that's the
shake it down with me and a friend. Making it bounce, slide, ride, shake that thing to the right. Push it up, push it down, boom, get down right. Get up like ice cream, water, you know she make me bomb, rockin' bell, boom. See, I'm loving when we thuggin', baby, just don't stop. You can wobble, get your get up, love, that's your stick. And if you ain't from the ghetto, then ride out, shake arms, legs, backs, and breasts. You better read her tattoos, wanted man and crest. Get up, baby, work on it. Got them cheering in a circle, hollering every back that thing up, little one all the way to the zipper. I really like your hot girl, but I got to flip it. I want a hot girl. I want a hot girl. You gotta shut me up. I need a hot girl. Sometimes you go my show. I want a hot girl.
You asked, but I'm gonna give it to you thing. I came to Atlanta, right? Chasing Tyler Perry. That was my dream. Mr. Perry, I got 35 books for you. I got 9 published at the time, right?
I sing that song, don't run. You want a shot, take shot. You're in the mix. Baby girl, where your man at? Please tell me where your friends at. Oh, you alone? Fuck your friends then. Cause I was looking for a best friend. Yo, best friend.
Yep. I'm back in the building right now. Your boy DJ Pwinz, and I got a special guest. Tell the people your name.
They call me the Pen, Zachary the Pen Hoagland.
Zachary the Pen Holding, man. He's a deep brother right now, deep brother. For those of you tuning in, we got we got the Pen, the man himself. Tell the people where you're from one more time. For those
Jersey. New Brunswick, New Jersey.
New Brunswick, New Jersey. Me and him been chopping it up behind the scenes. The man is really, really intelligent. I mean, if you take a look at him, for those of you watching him live on your Facebook, you know what I mean? He's a down-to-earth brother. But when he speaks, he's very articulate. Very, very, you know what I mean?
Plays no games.
Plays
none
no
whatsoever.
Games. So, I mean, we've been chopping it up behind the scenes. You was in the gang unit, but you wasn't really in the gang unit, helping out guys who was seeing 85 to life, heavy numbers, football numbers.
Listen. I got sent to the gang unit by mistake.
By mistake, right.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Sent to the gang unit by mistake, you know. And in his time there, he helped out a lot of brothers who wasn't going to see the light of day.
Yeah.
Spoke on some things that's really smart. So now we was getting back into the new topic at hand.
How I came to the A.
How you came to Atlanta.
Wow, you talking about traveling 12 hours away, man, with your whole family on your back. Yeah, we don't play. This thing is real, right? I came down here chasing Tyler Perry. I knew I had the material. I knew he had everything else, right? Mr. Perry. It's crazy, man. I grabbed my family, like, listen, me and my wife, we was talking one day. I think we saw like a billboard or something. I said, babe, I want to meet him. She said, oh, he only in Atlanta. She said, you know what? You would do good working beside him. I said, I prayed on it. For those that don't know, I chase God. That's what I do, right? I prayed on it. God answered my prayers. I'm going to tell you how he answered my prayers. He starts sending different people to me, like prophets and stuff like that, right? They was telling me that it's okay to make that move. I didn't know a move they was talking about. And then this last prophet told me. He said, God just spoke to me and told me that when you do take that trip, I don't know, like word for word, but when you do make that trip to Atlanta, he said, this is what he said. He said, Zach, he said, brother Zachary, come here. I want you to take 3 steps out the aisle and 3 steps up to this altar. It was a pastor, a junior pastor in Jersey, right? I listened to him. He said, the Holy Spirit just told me. He said, the Holy Spirit just told me, when you do take that trip, shout out to Justin, when you do take that trip, right? Oh, he grabbed me by my hand and started walking me. He said, the Holy Spirit just told me, when you do take that trip, just as I hold your hand, God will be holding your hand all the way to Atlanta and through the process, right? I listened to him. About a week or two later, I grabbed my family, right? I said, babe, we going. She said, we going. I said, we going to Atlanta. We didn't know how this thing was going to play out, man. We stepped out on faith. She's like, for what? I said, we going to meet Tyler Perry, right? The plan was crazy, man. I got down here and ran up to Tyler Perry's studio, thinking I was going to get in. I had it all mapped out in my head. Mr. Perry, I got about 35 books for you, man. I got about 9 published. I know you got the emails. I sent you a bunch of them. Come on now, movie time. I wanted to work side by side, right? I was supposed to move into this big house off of Zillow. I had a couple dollars, right? My Uber was supposed to kick in when I got here to take care of my family till they got in their feet, right? But instead of moving that big house off of Zillow, right? Zach, go ahead to Motel 6, right? Take your family with you. Have a seat for a while. This is God speaking to me. Your Uber kicking in. Man, you came down here to chase your dream. You gonna depend on me? We talking about God, y'all, right? And your craft, your ability to write. Like, that's what you do. That Tyler Perry thing, just say I gave it to you. Here, Zach. The fame, the fortune, everything that entails. Now what? Are you ready for it? If so, what you gonna do with it? That was my trip. I thought I was gonna go up in Tyler Perry's studio. Couldn't make it through the gate. But instead, I had to go through the process. But the process was rewarding. That's how I made it here. Listen to this. Radio shows start contacting me. TV shows start contacting me. I want you to be up here. I need you up here to tell these people your story. I start brushing shoulders with producers, directors, models, people that had things going on, writers, being invited to different events. I was able to tell my story. I tried to go to different churches and tell my story. Couldn't do it. You know why? Because God needed me in the streets. I'm knee deep in the streets every day. Like, that's what I do. I go out there and I try to save a deli. I try to, come on, come here. Give me your story. Tell me what's going on. How can I help you? I may not be able to help you financially, right? But after giving you my story, you're going to climb out of some things. I'm going to give you the courage, right, to want more and do better, man. That's my plight. You feel me? Peace. Y'all be great, all right? You see where I'm coming from? But that's basically how I got to the A.
That was dope right there, man.
It's real.
Tell the people your name again, Zach.
Zachary the Pen Hoagland from Jersey, Jersey.
Here it first here on Holly Uni Gray, Sucker Free Saturday. Let's get back to the music. Let's go.
Hey, yo, Pwinz, you killing them like a fight. Stop playing around. Go in and drop that.
I'm talking about the way these
Now, you're in the mix, right with your boy, DJ Pwinz.
DJ Pwinz exclusive. Got their own team, everybody fights in their own war.
When you move as fast as I'm moving, all the toxic things that I'm using, all the substances I'm abusing, all the sex and the drugs and the boozing. The decision is mine for the choosing, but I can't understand what I'm losing, cause I've been this way, it's not a new thing. I know it's Gemini can be confusing, split right down the middle like it's two of me. No hiding, I bear all nudity. This is everything that comes with celebrity. Criticism, ridicule, and a scrutiny. Think about what I spent on some jewelry, but it all comes back to me usually. and it's none of y'all's business, truthfully. You don't know about the fame, what it do to me. I'm talking to myself like every night. You could try to be a better guy, but to understand a Gemini, angel, devil, it's both him and I. Demons in me, they just multiply. If I don't kill them or I never try. Life is short and men lie, women lie, but a legend, he can never die. You know?